with there.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Phil. Do you want to give us a bit of an intro to yourself and your backstory?
Yeah, I mean, if we're to start, I mean, I'm a software developer by trade, I guess. Worked for 10 years, became a data scientist. Kind of just got a little bit disengaged with the 9 to 5, as a lot of people do, especially during COVID. And I was working in an office in Edinburgh. I was traveling 3 hours a day, 1.5 hours each way. And, Fridays were just nonsense. It was just like table tennis tournaments.
Mm. Yeah.
So I kind of want to do my own thing. I've always been tinkering on the side, little projects, little businesses. And then one that I did during that time that really took off was 4dayweek.io, which is a job board for jobs with a better work-life balance, basically. So that's my main business. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I have one business and many shiny projects.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed you'd launched some things in the past as well. Like you had a Scoop Analytics was yours, and then
Oh yeah,
so
done a
working
lot.
alongside those projects as well.
I mean, honestly, when you start off as a developer, you just think that you code it and they will come, and it's the classic.
Yeah,
And it took me years to get out of that mindset of like, no, you actually need to have like a solid distribution channel, whether it's like getting traffic from Google, doing SEO, or it's like TikTok influencers or whatever it is. But if you don't have that, they're just not going to come. Word of mouth, virality is very rare. And even if you
yeah,
do catch virality, it's usually like a big up and then a very fast down. You need
yes,
something that's consistent. So yeah, I've
yeah.
tried so many things. I would say I've had maybe like one big winner with 4 Day Week, couple of small winners, and then like 20 fails,
Right. Okay,
something like
fair enough.
that.
So just keep
So yeah,
launching, basically.
keep
So
launching. Yeah, yeah.
tell us about the launch of 4 Day Work Week. How was that different?
So basically, I just put a very quick website together. When I say a quick website, I mean it was like one page. It was just like jobs with a 4 Day work week. Enter your email. There wasn't really much more than that. It had an image of like what the website could look like, but it was all dummy data. It was fake.
Yeah,
Um, I did a bit of research obviously before to like actually see are there 4 Day week companies? Yes, there were. I just didn't have enough time to like crawl them and blah blah blah. So I just thought I'd put something quick together. I put it on Hacker News, and then I just remember like someone signed up, someone signed up, someone signed up, and it was like oh wow, 300 people have signed up in a couple of days. This is clearly, I mean, it's kind of obvious in hindsight. People want a better work-life
yeah,
balance,
yeah,
but I was like, okay, doesn't seem to really be anything in this space. Um, so yeah, it just came from there. Very quick landing page to collect their email, and then over the course of the next few weeks and months, I just actually built the website,
right.
and onwards and upwards from there.
Yeah, yeah. And was that different to your other projects in terms of like, it resonating with people and you thinking, oh,
Yeah,
there's pure in this.
honestly, I think you can feel when you get a winner now, because I've a lot of losers where like you kind of you maybe get the odd subscription, someone signs up and they churn, and it's just a little bit. It feels like it's the same, pushing a boulder up a hill is how it's described when you have something that's not really got market fit, and then when you have got market fit, it's like running down the hill. You
Yeah,
can't keep up with like the traffic or like stuff's breaking, people are asking questions right, left, and center. That's when it's working. And honestly, I didn't do a whole lot of research on 40 week, if I'm being completely honest beforehand. I just tried a lot of different things, and this one just kind of hit,
yeah.
basically.
And did you have an existing kind of audience to launch to, like Twitter and things
No, no.
in line
I
with this?
think I had maybe like 300 people on Twitter or something like that. Really
Mm.
nothing. Twitter's changed their algorithm lately as well. I'm kind of a bit miffed about the whole thing. Like it's more like TikTok now, right? You don't get the consistent traffic that you once did. So
Yeah,
yeah, I could talk about that all day.
yeah, yeah. You seem to be doing quite well on LinkedIn as well. I was having a look beforehand.
Yeah,
Had some viral
LinkedIn.
posts on there.
They love the 4 Day week. Honestly, I feel like I could just go on LinkedIn and just say 4 Day work week and it would get like 200
Yeah,
likes.
fantastic. Yeah, so that'd be a
I
decent
might do
traffic
that.
source for you.
Yeah, that's been really good. I went viral. I went mega viral actually like a year ago. It got like 120,000 likes or something. It
Wow.
had like 14 million impressions or something bananas,
Yeah.
and like it just boosted everything. It was just like getting a big tailwind. The whole website just all the traffic went up. I went up in Google. It was just yeah, bit of luck,
Yeah.
but you got to get a bit of it.
No, no, you make your own luck. So what does your kind of current structure and like team look like? Is it just you?
Hmm. So there's no full-time employees, I should say at the moment. It's not really at a position I could really afford. I don't like full-time employees. Got a few contractors. I think I've got about I should really know this number, six part-time workers,
Right.
doing various tasks, very kind of, black box input output type stuff, whether
Yeah.
it's like dealing with data, or whether it's like, well, there's some more creative stuff. I've got someone doing social media who's excellent. Got someone writing blog posts, got someone doing like outreach, sales,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So it's a very lean team. I'm not in a position really I could afford to hire a full time, I don't think.
Mhm.
So just like doing a few hours each week. Some people are working maybe 10, 15, some are working 2.
Yeah.
So it's very, yeah, it's much like that. And yeah, just getting freelancers on Upwork, that's what I currently use.
Yes. Yeah. And do you desire to grow a team, or is that just in line with the business, or do you intentionally want to stay kind of solopreneur and lean?
Probably solo, if I'm being honest with you. Like I've been a manager in my previous roles, and I just don't like people person
Yeah.
jobs, if I'm being honest with you. They are not that they're all bad people I work with. It's just a lot of like admin, a lot of responding. You're the center, you're the thing that's got to steer everything. If you're not there, the whole thing kind of stops a little bit. So I think I would keep it lean. I think the beauty of doing a job board is honestly, there are very few businesses that you can have that amount of leverage, amount of revenue with such a little amount of, effort or team. You could run
Yeah.
the whole thing almost with 0 people if you get it like kind of automated. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So what
yeah.
to, what does that mean life's like for you now, running this business, and obviously the few side projects as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working about, and I know this for a fact, so I track every hour. I'm currently being tracked this actually.
This is
About
time out.
20 to 30 hours a week, something like that. I've got a 2-year-old baby now, so lifestyle has changed a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
in the last couple of years. But yeah, it's good. I can't complain. It's what I
Excellent.
wanted a few years ago.
Oh, perfect. And what's the give us an idea of the kind of size of the business or where you've got it to currently?
So yeah, I mean, as I say, some months more than 10 grand dollars, some less, some a little less, significantly more, about that kind of area. It
Yeah.
does vary. It's not like consistent. It's quite the job market's pretty tough at the moment, I should say as well.
Mhm.
Some months are amazing, like January, February, and then you get to November, December, whatever, and it's just yeah,
Doldrum.
crickets.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, in that
Okay,
kind of range though.
great. Thank you. And so like to teach in this newsletter. So what are you going to kind of share with us today that as part of your
Yes.
process?
I can do my screen share now. So I was just going to talk about different, I mean, I know it's pretty in vogue at the moment, but all my AI stuff, and an AI
Yeah, readers
maximalist, or
love
however you
that.
want to call it.
Ideal.
So where can I start? Well, I could start with coding. I use AI in coding all the time, and I do it in certain ways. Like, for example, this is some code I've got here, and I just like write comments, like what could I do here? Order metas by whatever. I'm making this up, and it's just going to like, it writes it. Obviously, I'm making up a nonsense comment there, but I like to just
Yeah.
like write the comment and
Okay.
then just wait for the AI to write it
Yeah.
and then review it. So there's that. I use Raycast, which I can't recommend enough, to be honest with you. I had never
Okay.
heard of this app until about a year ago, and now I use it every minute of every day. And
Okay.
basically, it's just like Spotlight. You do the kind of space bar thing, and this
Yeah.
pops up, and you've just got lots of different things. You can do anything. Like for example, if I want to like add to my to-do list, I just do add, and then I'm into my to-do list, and I can just say follow up with Alex, and then that's it. And, that's the to-do list, and we can do things. Here's my to-do list. There's
Yeah.
follow up with Alex. So that's been excellent, and Raycast has got a lot of different features, basically like plugins, apps. There's so many
Okay.
different, for example, when this call was about to start, I just did control spacebar and your name came up the top. It said call with Alex. I just hit enter and it just opens Zoom. So like I like all these little wins where you save like a few seconds even,
Yeah.
just like those seconds add up.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in that. And it also comes with this other feature that's it's a paid add-on, but again, I use ChatGPT a lot, like many times a day. But see if you've got to go in the browser, go to ChatGPT, wait for it to load, open a new window, probably losing 10 seconds there every time.
Yeah.
So in Raycast, it's just I've got a control shift spacebar and I'm in. I can just say, what is the whatever, blah 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 blah.
Okay. Do you set
So it's just,
a shortcut for that
yeah,
through
it's
Raycast?
so Raycast is on mine is Control Spacebar, and
Yeah.
then for the AI thing, it's Control Shift Spacebar, and you can see all the stuff here. Like I honestly speak to AI more than I speak to
Yeah.
anyone. If I'm being honest with you, I like to just like I'm doing some. I shouldn't probably show this stuff actually, but I'm doing some stuff with AI prompts, and I
Okay.
like to just give it the prompt that I've written, and it'll tell me how to improve it, or I'll give it some code and say, "Why is this not working?" And honestly, it fixes it like 9 times out of 10. It's insane.
Yeah.
Um, so there's Raycast. Another thing that I've been using a lot lately is custom GPTs. I don't know if you've done any of these, but these are really quite useful. Let me just show you one that I could give a concrete example. So I use Loom a lot. If I want anything done, typically by maybe a freelancer or whatever it is, I just record a video of like me doing the task. Like this was one for TikTok. I can't even remember what this was. But what I would do is I'd record the video, I'd go to transcript, I'd copy the transcript, which just describes the whole task that needs doing, takes two
Yeah.
minutes. And then I'd go to a custom GPT that I've made, which is Loom transcription to task description, if that makes sense. And I just paste it in,
Yeah.
paste the whole thing, don't do anything else. And then it's just going to like understand that, and it's just going to make a document for me that I can give
Fantastic.
to that Upwork freelancer, whatever it is. And honestly, I don't even read it. I just paste it and send it.
Excellent.
So it's such a time saver, honestly. And I've got so many of these little kind of GPTs.
Yeah.
Let me see, show you maybe one more. Yeah, blog post reviewer. Like I've got someone doing blog posts, as I say. Let's get one up. Um, yeah, I mean, I try to think where I'll find it again. Essentially, long story short, I won't bore you with the detail. I just paste the blog in, and it just tells me ways to improve it because I've set this up in such a way. For example, if I go to edit
Yeah.
and see, you're a blog post reviewer, I'm going to give you a blog post. I want you to improve the spelling, and the grammar. I want you to improve the structure. Give me suggestions for content improvements, whatever it is, and I want the output to look like this. Very, very. This is what it was, and this
Mhm.
is what it should be. So I can just like copy paste, and it just makes my life a lot easier because I've got someone writing blog posts for me, and they're always asking for feedback, which is good. I just don't have a lot of time. So
Yeah.
AI can just like kind of just send me in the right direction, give me ideas. I may not take all of its suggestions, but it's pretty good for that. So those are the main ones.
And are any of your custom GPTs, are they public? Are they ones you share with others?
I
Or are
can
they
make
internal
can
use?
honestly, I don't even share them, but I can absolutely happy to share them. Nothing to hide in there.
Yeah. The Loom
So yeah,
transcription to task is fantastic,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. I'll send you that one if you want. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
been such a time saver, this one.
Yeah. We'll link to this
Um,
one, definitely.
yeah, I'll set this up after. I don't even know how you make it public. What was that?
So how do you go about deciding like what processes you want to kind of use AI for or shorten? Are you keeping a track of like,
Mhm.
where the time sinks are or
Not keeping a track, but honestly, it's just in my head. I'm always like, I've done this twice in the last week. I've done it 5 times in the last month. Could I
yeah,
use AI? It's just kind of like that. So I've got a few now. It's like I do a newsletter once a week, and I've got advertisers that I advertise in the newsletter. So one of the ones that I use quite a lot is this is my newsletter that I've written so far.
yeah,
How could you blend the advert into this text?
yeah,
Basically, it's amazing. Like it gives you my ideas of just like, yeah, this is kind of related to the topic. Can we blend it this way? So
yeah.
just stuff like that. It's just constantly just trying to
And that's a
automate
better return
myself.
for your advertisers as well, because I don't know about you, but when I see an advert box, you just skim past it.
Yeah,
Like,
you skip it. You
yeah,
skip it
so if it's
exactly.
integral to the text, that's going to perform better. Same with
Better
podcasts.
for everyone.
And just rewinding a little bit to your coding platform and Raycast. So,
Mhm.
what are you using as your kind of coding helper there?
That's just GitHub Copilot, just the kind of general, the basic one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and then you're
but yeah, it's been
attaching.
such. Sorry,
So
go
you're attaching your Raycast to like to-do list or some kind of to-do list app.
Yeah, exactly. I use Things for mine. So here we go.
Okay.
Things is the one I'm using. but you can use it for anything. I actually never even open things. That's why it looks like this because
Right.
I don't use it this way. I just use it in the show inbox list, and everything's keyboard. That's what I like. Like for example, I can mark this one off, just enter. That's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And so do you like
other
order it and then trigger any automations after you add a to do?
No,
Or
but you could definitely could. I use Zapier actually quite a lot. I've got a lot of Zapier automations for firing data about. Really, that's what I use that for.
yeah.
I'm sure you've used that, but yeah, honestly, the shout outs that I would give would be Zapier, texts. Honestly, I like to just like, as I say, save seconds even. Text is just like all of my um WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn, DMs in one place.
Yeah.
So I can just kind of go through and I use keyboard to go through them all. I never need to use my mouse basically. So that's excellent. Other one this is what it was based upon. I don't know if you use Superhuman, but it's just I don't know. I'm not affiliated in any way, but it's the best email thing going.
I've resisted for
Everything's
years.
keyboard.
That's like a Gmail user,
Have
but
you got it?
no, so I haven't got Superhuman, but I've gone to Inbox Zero and I'm like, maybe I should go over to Superhuman now.
Was funny, like I didn't have Inbox Zero initially, but I just forced it when I made the switch.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing though. Just yeah, reminders, automations, AI, blah blah blah. I wouldn't give the pitch on that.
Yeah. I think we're going to end up with about 10 productivity hacks from this 10-minute chat, which is fantastic because
Good
that's
to
what we're
hear.
getting to, right? Because I guess there's loads of chat GPT promptlets out there. And sometimes it's really hard to contextualize like how do people that actually have real businesses use it? And it can often just be
Yeah.
this, like incremental improvement and looking at your own processes and then iterating on those and adding in AI, which sounds like what you've done.
Yeah, honestly, just constantly looking out for just ways to give myself 10 seconds back,
Yeah.
multiplied by however many times I do it.
Yeah, fantastic. And if you, I guess coming back to running a lean business and can you tell us about, maybe a time when it was really tough, like a war story or something from the trenches?
hmm I mean, honestly, it wasn't making a lot of money for quite a while. It was probably the main part. I think I made my first sale after 6 months, and it was only like a few $100s. And then after that, it was the odd $100, few $100s here and there, but it wasn't like able to live upon. It
Mm.
only started like making enough to live upon after like a year and a half, something like that. So it was just always in the back of my mind, just persistence. They always just say like the length of time you do something in business. If it's heading the right direction, you're going to get there eventually. Just be persistent if it's working. So yeah, I would say that's probably the main one. Nothing else is jumping out. Just
No,
keep
no.
at it, I guess.
Okay. And so what piece of advice would you give to someone looking to create kind of a leaner, meaner business?
Honestly, don't spend too much time on the first version. Like if the old saying, if you're not embarrassed by your first version, you launch too late. And I totally agree with that. Like I launched a new business the other day, and it barely worked. It didn't work. Like someone signed up and nothing happened, for example.
Yeah. What was that? What was that?
Um, it's called SEO SAM, as in the name SEM dot AI. So I launched it, and I was just like, if anyone signs up, well, I'll just email them, I'll refund them, I'll just let them know what's going on. It's an indication of like it's going to work. If I spend months fleshing this out and no one signs up, that's quite annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd rather just like
Yeah.
give them a refund and apologize and say, look, it's coming. I'll give you a free month when it comes or whatever. Just be
Yeah.
nice about it.
Oh,
So yeah, just launch fast, I guess. Don't spend too much time on your first version. The old classics, speak to people, speak to your customer, and just think about their actual problems, like what they act like, try and see it from their eyes, I guess. What is
yeah.
the issues that they're trying to solve, rather than just being, oh, this sounds like a good feature. Because I have spent years building good features,
Same.
and
Same.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying.
Fantastic. Um, and has there been kind of one resource or person, book, podcast that's had a really big influence on you, or?
I mean, honestly, I'm sad it's no longer going, but Indie Hackers was how I got into this whole thing, to be honest with you. I remember listening to a podcast just as I was thinking of doing 4-day week, and Cortland Allen, the presenter, he was just like, yeah, it's mad like how all jobs are like all or nothing. It's like 5 days like every day, or it's like there's nothing in between. And I'd already been thinking of this 4-day week thing. And I was like, right, I think that's almost like a sign from the gods. I've got to do this now.
Yeah.
So that had a big influence, but unfortunately, it's no longer there. Yeah, just Twitter. I feel like Twitter isn't very good for getting traffic to my site anymore, but it's good for just like keeping in touch and like knowing what's going on and hearing about all the breakthroughs. And I wouldn't have known about half of the stuff in AI if it wasn't for X, I guess I should call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And do you
Yeah.
find it's easy to spend time there and not lose focus, or do you use anything?
Oh, well, that's tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually was thinking of installing something because you know what it's like. You
Yeah.
go on to find something, and then 20 minutes
Rabbit
later,
hole.
you're like, why am I here again? What was I
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
total rabbit hole. I struggle with it, but
Yeah.
okay, cool. And so where can people learn more about you, your businesses?
Yep. So main business is 4dayweek.io, and then the other one I've launched last week is SEOsam.ai.
And what
That's the
is
main
SEO
ones.
Sam? What does that do?
Basically, you enter your website and it uses AI to tell you what SEO improvements you could make or changes. Just like, yeah, just because creates blog posts, keyword analysis, internal linking, all that sort of stuff. Anything SEO related.
Cool. And what's next for you? What direction are you headed?
Honestly, just trying to not do any more shiny projects, I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, I'm always looking to just kind of automate, outsource as much as I can. Just keep growing 4-day week. That's the main thing. That's the thing that's making money, etc. So not lose focus on that, I guess, would be the main thing.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, thanks very much for sharing. It's really enjoyed learning about, your process hacks and how you've got to where you are as well. So really appreciate your time.
Good stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time, Alex, for doing this.
No worries. Cheers.